Hey there, everyone. I'm here in Idaho Falls, Idaho this morning. We did Yellowstone yesterday, and I will post up a couple of videos after I make this video here and just share with you some of the absolutely stunningly beautiful things that I was able to connect with and observe yesterday. What a freaking blessing that we all co-created together. Man, that place is amazing. Even saw 2 buffalo, and I've never seen huge animals like that so close up that are in the wild. So got that buffalo medicine just still streaming on in. All right, so let's get to our lesson today. Lesson number 240. Fear is not justified in any form. And this is great for me because just as much as I had a beautiful day yesterday, last night it got to be very late before we started driving to Idaho, and we didn't get here until after midnight, and we ended up stopping for pizza. Now, a lot of you are like, oh my God, big deal, you're on the road, whatever. Well, Sherry has this running sitcom in her life called How Can You Be Hard on Yourself? So last night, of course, after I ate, which I ate a pizza that had like cauliflower crust, of course, but I'm beating myself up about the cheese. My problem, I'm totally owning that, but it just feels like there's any opportunity for the ego to come in and that critical voice to come out and say, you know, look what you did wrong, look how you messed up. You're supposed to be treating your body a certain way. You've been doing so good, and now you did this, or whatever it is. So I kind of dealt with that a little bit last night, and I know that it can apply to many different things for people's lives. It's just like when you feel like you're kind of coasting on this road to the sunset on the horizon, and then all of a sudden these thoughts come in that are self-deprecating, whatever they're about. This lesson is going to help with that. So for me, it's picking on myself about any old thing that my ego, as it's scanning through, like, okay, life is good, there's nothing to complain about, everything's great. Oh, look at this. So I feel like that's kind of what happened. And so for any of you who are experiencing that feeling of almost like being cautiously happy, like waiting for something to happen, today's lesson is the medicine that we need. So, fear is not justified in any form. Fear is deception. It attests that you have seen yourself as you could never be, and therefore look upon a world which is impossible. Not one thing in this world is true. I guess even the stunning beauty at Yellowstone is part of the illusion. It does not matter what the form in which it may appear. It witnesses but to your own illusions of yourself. Let us not be deceived today. We are the sons of God. There is no fear in us, for we are each a part of love itself. How foolish are our fears! You allow your son to suffer? Give us faith today to recognize your son and set him free. Let us forgive him in your name, that we may understand his holiness and feel the love for him which is your own as well. Fear is not justified in any form. So let's see what your forgiveness has to say about lesson 240. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. If you think of your emotional guidance system as an infallible meter of how you track, of how on track you are or how off track you are, peace is the indicator that you are on track, and fear is the indicator that you are completely off track. You are viewing what frightens you, or the story you're talking about, the thing you're viewing frightens you. Yeah, that's really important. And it is completely wrong. So that's really the heart of it. So you have that thought that surfaces. For me, it's like, I really haven't been eating a lot of cheese, and I ate this pizza that had a lot of cheese on it last night. Whatever, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. And so the story that I'm telling myself is actually, I mean, I'm letting you guys totally into my psyche here, is that my body is going to somehow have a reaction and reject what I'm eating, and like somehow my organs are going to begin to go haywire on me, and I'm traveling and I'm going to have a stomach issue, or whatever the fear is of like what's the story behind the fear, I guess, or underneath the fear. And so what I started doing last night as I felt all that settling in is like, my organs are happy and peaceful and joyous, and I am not doing anything to harm myself. I was just having a good time, and having a moment of not feeling like I needed to pay so much attention, or you know what I'm saying, like allowing myself to have some fun and to relax a little bit. So the story underneath the fear is basically that I don't trust God. I don't trust that everything that's happening to me is happening without me fighting with it, and that I need to be in acceptance, and that I don't need to be in control, and that I don't need to worry about every little thing, because it's not me or my ego mind or my control of everything that's actually making my life beautiful and peaceful. It's more of me leaning into the surrender and the openness to the possibilities and being in that curiosity that's actually helping me open to love and to block or notice whatever's blocking love's presence in my life. So my story about my fears is completely a wrong story. We are not speaking here of the fear of the tiger. We're not speaking here of the fear of heights. We are speaking of the fear of not making your rent, being judged, being humiliated, or being abandoned. These are all just ideas completely out of alignment with love that are misleading you and terrorizing you, and your feedback system is saying, no, 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 by giving you negative emotions, strong feelings that say, this should not be. The misinterpretation of your guidance system is something we will continue to address, because when you feel bad, you're off track. That means you are in the ego and will project. That means you will blame something outside of you for the fear you are generating from within your consciousness. So when you are triggered into a state of fear, you are in the least intelligent and least accurately observing state that you can be in. You will misinterpret everything, including the negative feedback you get from your emotional guidance system, which says, you're so wrong here. Stop doing what you're doing. When you have that thought, I don't have enough money, and you believe that thought and generate fear, you believe you are feeling bad because you don't have enough money. However, you actually feel bad because you're wrong. You're off track, you're off target. So that is really, really huge. And if we drill down to our own personal struggle, whatever it is, it's not that thing outside of you. So for me, in this case, it's not the cheese that was on my pizza and my fears about what's going to happen to my organs that haven't had cheese in a while. It's that I don't trust God. I feel abandoned by God. Like, oh, I guess I have to do it all myself. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just talking through it here live for you guys, but I think if we really got to the heart of that, it can pull us out of those moments very quickly. Try to remember this today. Every time you feel bad or begin to feel a little off, you're going off track. You're misinterpreting. You are making up an illusory, untrue story. When you feel at peace, relaxed, contented, happy, inspired, enthusiastic, or curious, you are on track. You are being led or guided by spirit to the next good thing in your life. So know that the more happy feelings you have, the more on track you are. But when you are off track and those bad feelings, and I feel those bad feelings, do not berate yourself. Oh, that's especially for me. Instead, ask yourself, what am I believing? What am I thinking? What am I saying to myself that is causing this pain? It is not the outside world or the cheese. It is the interior interpretation. I am that one you know as Jesus. We will speak to you again tomorrow. Okay, well, there's our homework. What a good lesson. Fear is not justified in any form. Take that one in today, everyone. enjoy this lesson, dig deeply underneath those thoughts and beliefs and find the story. That's where the fear really is. It's so convincing. Good luck to you. I'll see you tomorrow.